Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial that is relevant for the examination would be discussed in this session. So let's get started with today's topic. So today's 16th of September. The first topic is PM launches Sunset TV. Second, Sputnik Light get nods for phase 3 clinical trial. Third, US, UK, Australia to form a new partnership. Second last, telcos get 4 years moratorium on spectrum dues. And the last is a win-win bargain. So this is an editorial from Indian Express. Apart from all this, at the end of the session, there would be some MCQ based questions. These questions would be of current affairs that will help you in the upcoming prelims examination. And those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up. So the first news of the day, that is PM launches Sunset TV. This is something which is important for your general studies paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors. So let's see what is the detail coming from this news. So the government of India has recently launched the Sunset TV. Previously, we had Lok Sabha TV and Rajya Sabha TV. Most of you must be aware of Rajya Sabha TV, which has very good shows, international relation and economy, right? So that was two important TV that were catering the Lok Sabha, were catering the Lok Sabha, and the Rajya Sabha TV was catering the Rajya Sabha. Now, it is a combination of both that would be named as Sunset TV. So what government did? They have combined both these channels. So the Lok Sabha TV, which was a brainchild of a former speaker, Mr. Somnath Chatterjee, and he has been functioning for 15 years. Basically, the channel actually functions for 50 years, and Rajya Sabha has functioned for 10 years. So for LSTV, this is known as LSTV, it functioned actually for 15 years, and RSTV functions for 10 years. So this is a picture from the inauguration. So for you, what is important? आपको यहाँ पे नोट करनी है कि जो सनसेट टीवी है उसके लोगोज आप ध्यान रखेंगे कि कौन कौन से लोगो यूज़ किए गए हैं. एंड द अदर मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज डेमोक्रेसी मैटर. दिस इज द थीम, और यू कैन से द टैगलाइन ऑफ सनसेट टीवी, right, which was recently launched by the Prime Minister. Now the Prime Minister, while inaugurating the event, he said Sunset TV is a new voice of Parliament and will add an important chapter to the parliamentary system. Basically, these are the channel which is basically they would be doing some work, whatever work progress that is being made in the parliament has to be covered by this television. Either it is a session of the parliament, joint session of the parliament, or any activities conducted by the parliament. Apart from these activities, they would be also having some knowledgeable discussion from the expert. So the PM describing India as a mother of democracy and said that it is not only a constitutional structure of the people, but also the spirit that has to be keep on going and well. So the new combination is expected to bring synergy and economies of the scale. So a lot more topic would be discussed with the expert opinion that we can see in this television. Now the other news, that is Sputnik Light get notched for phase 3 clinical trial. So the phase 3 trial is coming in India. It was already being conducted in other countries. So this is something which is important for your general studies paper 2, issues related to development and management of health. So recently, जो DCGI है, Director Drugs Controller General of India, they have recommended जो single dose vaccine है Sputnik V की, जिसको Sputnik Light भी कहा जाता है. So they would be tested in Indian people to check the immune response that was observed in Russia. इससे पहले जो conduct की गई थी वो रशिया में की गई थी. So same immunogenicity, same response देखनी है Indian populations. So the note has come after the study that was published in the medical journal Lancet. Most of you know Lancet is one of the reputed journal in the world. So Lancet ने रिपोर्ट किया था कि वहाँ पे जो ट्रायल की गई थी रशिया में, वहाँ पे जो स्पुतनिक लाइट है उसकी एफिकेसी करीबन 98.6 से 3.7% तक रही है. So this is the efficacy which Sputnik Light poses. And Sputnik Light is something which is a single dose vaccine. So this point is important for you. This is not a dual dose. This is a single dose vaccine. Now some key Sputnik Light के बारे में अगर कुछ key facts देखें. So what are the facts? That 79.4 is the overall efficacy against the COVID-19. 91.7 people have vaccinated with the virus neutralizing antibodies हैं on 28th day of the vaccination, right? तो इसकी जो efficacy है वो 28 दिन में काफ़ी ज़्यादा high. 96.9 people vaccinated with has antigen specific IgG antibodies 28 days after the vaccinations, right? So it is highly effective vaccines. 100% of the people vaccinated have cell immune response to the coronavirus S protein, where mostly it replicate. And last, 100% of the people vaccinated with pre-existing immune had antibodies level increased by more than 40 times in 10 days after the vaccinations. तो ऐसे लोग जिनकी इम्यूनिटी अच्छी है उनके विद इन 10 डेज में ये देखा गया कि उनकी 40% तक 40 टाइम्स तक उनकी जो इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स है वो अच्छी हुई है. नो फेज 3 क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स की अगर बात करें, so this has been given to Hyderabad based कंपनी दैट इज डॉक्टर रेड्डी लेबोरेटरीज को ये लाइसेंस दी गई है कि वो इंडिया में जो सेफ्टी और एफिकेसी है, इम्यूनोजेंसिटी की बात करें, एफिकेसी डेटास की बात करें, स्पुतनिक लाइट के लिए वो ट्रायल कंडक्ट करेंगे विच एक्चुअली कंडक्टेड इन रशिया ऑल्सो, राइट. नाउ दे हैव गॉट अ प्रपोजल कि वो क्लिनिकल ट्रायल करेंगे इंडियन पॉपुलेशन. सो दिस इज अ ट्रायल दैट वुड बी कंडक्टेड इन इंडिया इन इंडियन पीपल, राइट. रेगुलर इवैल्यूएशंस करेंगे जो DCGI की जो टीम होगी, ड्रग्स कंट्रोलर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया की जो टीम है, जो सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, दे वुड बी इवैल्यूएटिंग द एंटायर प्रोसेस. और इसकी जो ट्रायल होगी, जो इवैल्यूएशन है, वो हर 42nd डे पे, 90 डेज पे और 180 डेज पे की जाए, राइट. So the phase 3 trial normally involve testing efficacy of the vaccine on thousands of the people, right? So it has to pass all the stages that is required by the expert group. So this Sputnik trial, however, is not expected to evaluate the efficacy. Russia की जो कंपनी है basically जिसने इसको फंड किया हुआ है, that is Russia Direct Investment Fund. So this is by the Galileo Institute of Research and जो टेक्नोलॉजी है उनकी कोलैबोरेशंस है जिन्होंने स्पुतनिक वी को बनाया. सो दे हैव अनाउंस्ड दैट अ टाई अप विद द सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया टू प्रोड्यूस 300 मिलियन डोजेस एनुअली ऑल्सो. सो डॉक्टर रेड्डी लेबोरेटरीज एक तरफ टेस्ट करेंगी, ट्रायल करेंगी, और सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया विच इज अ पुणे बेस्ड कंपनी वुड बी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग द अदर वैक्सीन ऑफ स्पुतनिक 5, right. Now, some vaccines that are there in the world, you have to know which vaccine is a double dose, which is a single dose. So apart from Sputnik Light, Johnson and Johnson की जो vaccine है Janssen, this is a single dose vaccine. So these two vaccines are only basically one is Sputnik Light and other is Janssen by the Johnson and Johnson. Other all vaccines are double dose like Pfizer जो कि 2 डोज में दी जाती है, Moderna is 2 डोज, AstraZeneca which is Covishield in India, it's a dual dose, Sputnik V, Sputnik की 2 वेरिएंट है, Sputnik V, Sputnik Light, Sputnik V is a double dose variant. Then चाइना की जो Sinovac है, it's a double dose, Sinopharm is a double dose, Covaxin जो इंडिया की completely indigenous vaccine है, that is also a dual dose, and Novavax is again a dual dose vaccines. So this is how you should know that 2 vaccines only have single dose, basically that is being operated in a single dose. US, UK, Australia to form a new partnership. This is something which is important for your general studies paper 2, effect of policies and politics for developed and developing countries. So a week before a meeting that was that is scheduled to be held in Washington, United States, क्वाड के जो लीडर्स हैं उन्होंने डिसाइड किया है कि दे वुड बी अनाउंसिंग अ न्यू ट्राइलैटरल सिक्योरिटी पार्टनरशिप दैट वुड बी कॉल्ड एज इंडो पैसिफिक पार्टनरशिप बिटवीन इंडिया, UK and Australia. Basically this would be between Australia, UK and USA. India is not the part, no. So India is not a part. So it would be shortly named as AUKUS. And the regional group AUKUS will form an advancing strategic interest on the Indo-Pacific region. Indo-Pacific region is mostly has a concern regarding the China, because this is a country which is dominating this region, and all other countries, the Quad members, are of the opinion that they should not want China to dominate this region, right? So that's the reason that AU-KUSH, you can say in short form, or either you can say Australia, UK, and US. So AU-KUSH partnership reflect US determinations to build a strong partnership to sustain peace, stability in the entire Indo-Pacific region, right? So if it is being asked in examination कि AU-KUSH के कौन partners है Quad members में, so India is not the part, it is only between Australia, UK, and United States. Now, what more about AU-KUSH you need to know? Is a partnership between to protect the people and support peaceful rule-based international order. और ये first initiative है that would be collaborated for the future nuclear-powered submarine for the Royal Australian Navy. और new alliance है, ये will basically they will try to bolster the integrated reviews committee to strengthen the alliance. और यहाँ पे जो like-minded इंडो पैसिफिक के रीजन के जो कंट्रीज हैं उनके बीच में एक टाइज को डीपन करने की कोशिश की जाएगी, right? So this is the main rationale behind the AU-KUSH. Now, what are the characteristics of this partnership? So this partnership will involve a new architectures of meeting engagement between the three countries. As I've told you, three countries कौन-कौन से हैं? Now, this is the emerging technology that will apply basically applied artificial intelligence, quantum technology और universal capabilities. So ये सारी चीजें हैं जिसमें और advancement की जाएगी. A central feature of partnership would be there in the trilateral 18-month effort जहाँ पे Australia would acquire nuclear power submarines. And Australia has felt increasing pressure and assertive from China. Like other countries in the region, they have sought strengthening the partnership with India, right? So India basically Quad के मेंबर्स के तौर पे इंडिया के लिए भी काफ़ी एडवांटेज होगी अगर चाइना को इस तरह से डोमिनेट किया जाए दूसरे कंट्री से, वेयर दे कुड नॉट ओनली बी द पार्टनर इन द इंडो पैसिफिक, डेफिनेटली और अदर कंट्रीज नीड टू हैव अ न्यूट्रल अप्रोच व्हेन इट्स कम टू इंडो पैसिफिक, राइट? सो ये ज़रूरी है कि जो प्लूरलिस्टिक फोरम्स है उस पर ध्यान दी जाए और चाइना के डोमिनेंस को कम की जाए. Now, telcos got 4-year moratorium on spectrum dues. This is something which is important for General Studies Paper 3, Indian economy and issue related to planning, mobilization, growth, resources and development. So, एक बहुत ही बड़ी रिफॉर्म के डिसीजन में सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने डिसाइड किया है that they would approve a relief package for the telecom sectors. किस तरह के रिलीफ दिए जा रहे हैं, क्या क्या बेनिफिट्स होंगे, we'll see that. So the relief measures include 4-year moratorium. So moratorium would be given जहाँ पे वो अपने payments को part में कर पाएंगे. It's like of EMI that need to be paid. So the telecom companies can avail a moratorium on their dues, right? So the government has allowed 100% foreign direct investment through automatic route in the telecom sector, which was earlier 49%. I'll make you understand in detail about this on the later part of the video. So this measure would pave the way for the large-scale investment, including 5G technology deployment, and it would also create a lot more jobs in India. So FDI की अगर बात करें telecom sectors में, if you see by April 2012 to 2014, it was only $1.6 billion. उसके बाद 14-16 में it is $409 billion, right? So you can see the level of advancement that is coming in the telecom sectors. Now FDI limits की बात करें, which was earlier 49%, ऑटोमेटिक रूट्स में ये से 49% तक अलाउ थी, उसके ऊपर जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट होती थी वो गवर्नमेंट रूट के थ्रू लाई जाती थी. दिस वाज अ रिस्ट्रिक्शन व्हिच वाज देयर. नाउ गवर्नमेंट हैज ओपन इट टू 100%, राइट? एंड एफडीआई अलाउड अंडर 2 मोड्स. 2 मोड्स होते हैं एफडीआई के. वन इज ऑटोमेटिक रूट्स जहाँ पे कंपनी को गवर्नमेंट की परमिशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं होती है, और दूसरी रूट होती है गवर्नमेंट रूट वेयर कंपनी नीड्स टू गो अहेड विद द सेंटर. तो यहाँ पे सेंटर की परमिशन मैंडेटरी है. Now 100% through automatic route is allowed. Now it would create lot more investment in the company. जो foreign partners हैं वो भी आएंगे, but इसमें restrictions है. Companies from China and Pakistan will be not the part of 100% FDI थ्रू ऑटोमेटिक रूट, राइट। तो जो ऑटोमेटिक रूट्स हैं, जो AR की रूट है, उसमें चाइना और पाकिस्तान ये 2 कंट्री पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर पाएंगे। सो इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेटमेंट यू हैव टू नोट। And in April 2020, the government has imposed regulation on FDI originating from other countries, शेड ऑफ लैंड बॉर्डर्स, जहाँ पे कुछ जो हमारे हॉस्टाइल कंट्रीज़ हैं उनके साथ बिजनेस में खास करके कोशिश की गई है कि उनके साथ इस तरह के रिलेशनशिप ना बढ़ाए जाए। So there are some structural reform which the government has decided. I will tell you everything one by one very precisely so that you can understand it. So first is rationalization of adjusted gross revenue. इसको हम AGR भी कहते हैं. I have discussed AGR a lot many time. जो शेयरिंग होती है रेवेन्यूज के बीच में गवर्नमेंट और टेलीकॉम कंपनीज के बीच में. सो द नॉन टेलीकॉम कंपनीज वुड बी एक्सक्लूडेड फ्रॉम द प्रोस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ AGR. तो जितने भी नॉन टेलीकॉम कंपनीज हैं उनको AGR देने की ज़रूरत नहीं होगी. बैंक गारंटीज की अगर बात करें, बैंक गारंटीज इज अ सम अमाउंट दैट अ कंपनी नीड टू कीप इन बैंक इफ देयर समथिंग हैपन. इफ अगर NPS बढ़ती है उनकी या अगर वो बैंकरप्ट हो जाते हैं तो बैंक गारंटी मैंडेटरी होती है. तो ह्यूज रिडक्शन की गई है BGs में, लाइक 80% एंड अगेंस्ट द लाइसेंस फी एंड सिमिलर लेवीज. Now, no requirement for multiple BGs would be there for the license service. जो license service एरिया रीजन है होगी उसके लिए चीज़ें मैंडेटरी नहीं होगी. इंस्टेड वन बिग BG वुड बी अनफ. तो एक BG देनी होगी, हर अलग अलग इंटरप्राइजेस के लिए उनको BGs नहीं देनी होगी. स्पेक्ट्रम टेन्योर की बात करें, इन फ्यूचर ऑप्शंस टेन्योर ऑफ द स्पेक्ट्रम हैज इंक्रीज्ड फ्रॉम 20 years to 30 years. Right? So these are some of the detail which you must not found in newspaper. आपको ये शायद पेपर में नहीं मिले. I have taken this from other newspaper also. So make sure you understand it well. No spectrum uses की जो charges है as required in the future auctions. कोई spectrum charges जो SUC है वो future spectrums में जो auction होगी उसमें ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Ease of doing business की अगर बात करें, this is something under license 1953 की जो कस्टम नोटिफिकेशंस थी वहाँ पे वायरलेस इक्विपमेंट को रिमूव कर दिया गया है. दिस रिप्लेस्ड विद द सेल्फ डिक्लेरेशंस एंड नो योर कस्टमर रिफॉर्म्स जो है उसमें सेल्फ KYC ऐप बनाई गई है. सो दिस KYC वुड बी रिवाइज्ड ओनली फॉर ₹1. शिफ्टिंग द प्रीपेड टू द पोस्टपेड एंड द वाइस वर्सा विल नॉट रिक्वायर एनी KYC, राइट. तो इश्यूज ऑफ AGR क्या है, जो एडजस्टेड ग्रॉस रेवेन्यू है उसमें ये जो मेजर डिसीजन ली गई है वेयर स्ट्रेस इन द सेक्टर वाज देयर. रैशनलाइजेशन की कोशिश की गई है, नॉन टेलीकॉम कंपनीज को एक्सक्लूड की गई है. एंड AGR रेफर्स टू द रेवेन्यू दैट आर कंसिडर्ड फॉर द पेमेंट ऑफ स्टैट्यूटरी ड्यूज, राइट. So the government has provided that redemption would be defined as to adjusted gross revenue, जहाँ पे exclude की जाएगी नॉन टेलीकॉम कंपनीज को. एंड द मोराटोरियम फॉर 4 years would be given to all telecom players. तो इससे बताया जा रहा है एक्सपर्ट से कि जो एयरटेल है और वोडाफोन है they would be mostly benefited from this decision. So the 4-year moratorium is protected by an interest compounded. उसमें इंटरेस्ट भी रखी जाएगी जो MCLR प्लस 2% की जो रेट है उसके हिसाब से उनको पे करनी होगी. And the moratorium will reduce the burden of both the telecom companies as well as with the banks, right? So this is how we can revive the sector. This is the right decision at right time that we can see post-corona. We definitely need to reform our telecom sector as well, which was lot stress from long pending. Now, whatever we have discussed, you can revise here. So respite to telecoms. As I've told you, 4-year जो moratorium है वो होगी. 100% foreign direct investment है with a limitation to China and Pakistan. Focus की गई है बहुत सारी चीज़ों पे रिवाइज करने की. पोस्ट पेड से प्रीपेड पे जाने में कोई KYC की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. एनीवे स्पेक्ट्रम ऑप्शन नॉर्मली हेल्ड इन द लास्ट क्वार्टर एवरी ईयर फाइनेंशियल, यहाँ पे कोई चार्जेस नहीं देनी है. फर्दर FG की जो 5G है उसकी ऑप्शंस हो सकती है. एंड इवन इट विल क्रिएट अ लॉट मोर एम्प्लॉयमेंट. सो दिस इज अ स्नैपशॉट व्हिच यू कैन रिवाइज. नाउ अ विन-विन बार्गेन. दिस इज एन एडिटोरियल फ्रॉम द इंडियन एक्सप्रेस. Important for General Studies Paper 3, Inclusive Growth and Issues Arising from it. So this editorial has 4 important subheads for you, like Journey of GST, Improvement in the GST Collections, Need for Changes and Way Forward. If you talk about theme of this editorial, तो यहाँ पे बात की गई है जीएसटी रोड मैप डिसीजन के बारे में। क्या आपका जो अपकमिंग मीटिंग होनी है जीएसटी में, वहाँ पे क्या पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट्स को इंक्लूड की जाएगी, किस तरह से जीएसटी की जर्नी रही है। सो दिस इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट होलसम एडिटोरियल दैट गिव यू एन आइडिया, राइट। सो लेट अंडरस्टैंड दिस। रिसेंट में 45th मीटिंग होनी है जीएसटी काउंसिल की। दिस इज टू बी शेड्यूल्ड इन लखनऊ इन उत्तर प्रदेश, राइट। एंड द main theme of this basically GST Council is to expect a review on concessional rate on the COVID-19 essentials, right? Apart from this, there would be other consideration like to include petroleum product or not. We cannot anticipate at this point of time, but let's see what would be the outcome of the meeting. Definitely would discuss everything. Now, after 1.5 years of dispute that took place between the central government and the state government, अब जीएसटी की बात करें तो यहाँ पे कुछ विजिबल साइन ऑफ पॉजिटिविटी दिख रही है, एंड इवन द इकोनॉमी सॉ साइन ऑफ रिकवरी, राइट। सो दिस हैज फाइनली पुट फॉरवर्ड द पॉजिटिव सेंटिमेंट्स इन टर्म्स ऑफ जीएसटी कलेक्शन ऑल्सो, एंड ऑल्सो व्हेन द इकोनॉमी इज रिवाइविंग वी कैन एक्सपेक्ट द लार्ज मोर कलेक्शन कमिंग फ्रॉम द जीएसटी. So you can see this GST revenue performance in this graph. This is for 2016-17, 18-19, 19-20, and 2021. So this red in color is the revenue growth, and this blue in color is complete revenue, right? So you can see the percentage change that is here. Now, if you talk about the journey of GST, which actually started in 2016-17, which subsumes all the other state charges. So the total revenue at that point of time was 9.7 lakh crore. This is the data from the economic survey 17-18. And initially, अगर बात करें GST के performance की, they have performed well. In 2018-19 also, the revenue has increased up to 11.8 crore rupees. But उसके बाद साफ decrease उसमें देखा गया because of COVID-19 also. And before that also, the GST collection was not that great. And as a result, we have enough resources to satisfy that need for center or the states, right? जहाँ पे states को promise की गई थी center की तरफ से कि जो भी shortfalls होंगी वो central government उनको देगी. But because of COVID, the central government has also refused to pay the compensations. So because of the future collections being uncertain, a gap has opened between the center जो प्रॉमिस की गई थी स्टेट्स को कि उनकी ज़रूरतें के लिए जो भी मिसमैच होगी, जो भी शॉर्टफॉल होगी वो दी जाएगी, बट उनको पे नहीं की गई अभी तक. सो दैट इज अ रीजन द स्टेट्स आर रिलेक्टेंट ऑन एनी अदर प्रोडक्ट्स टू बी इंक्लूडेड अंडर जीएसटी. इम्प्रूवमेंट की अगर बात करें कलेक्शंस की, सो मोर रिसेंटली द कॉन्फिडेंस वाज सीन इन द जीएसटी and the finance minister has also said that the economy is rebounding. Collections revival की अगर बात करें, this is 1.1 lakh crore rupees in the first 5 months on the current fiscal year, exceeding the pre-pandemic level. तो pre-pandemic से कई बार कुछ performance में भी चीज़ें ठीक हुई हैं किसी महीने में, but overall we cannot say for the entire year, right? And even the GST for the past performance not so much better than it did once, right? So we can expect that this to revive, but we have to see completely for the entire financial year की हमें calculations करनी होगी. Then we can come to a conclusion that how it is actually performing. तो यहाँ पे इस editorial में कुछ 3 important changes recommend किए गए हैं. That is very important for you if you are writing something in mains paper. तो आपके लिए काफ़ी important होगी. तो expert के view में 3 suggestions दी गई है. First is recasting the compensation, simplifying the rate structure, and improving the governance. So these are the 3 things that has to be done from the government. We'll see everything one by one. बात करते हैं recasting compensation की. Firstly यहाँ पे बताई गई जो principal compensation है, they must be recasted, right? जो original ज़रूरतें हैं उसको देखने की ज़रूरत है. जो state के साथ problem है, that need to be compensated well adequately, right? And the logic of 5-year compensation which was actually promised, so GST was a new tax, right? So states needed a guaranteed against the teething trouble that would be inevitable in rising. तो स्टेट्स को पता नहीं था कि उनके पास कितनी लॉसेस होनी है, किस तरह के प्रॉफिट वो बनाएंगे. तो अगर कुछ शॉर्टफॉल होती तो ये जिम्मेवारी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की नहीं, ये सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की जिम्मेवारी थी कि वो उसके शॉर्टफॉल को पे करे. The 5-year of the logic is less compelling. It should increase, and because of the COVID-19, let's see how government is going to extend it. कोविड के बाद जो स्टेट की रेवेन्यू है वो पूरी तरह से कोलैप्स हो गई. इवन द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट डू नॉट हैव वेल फंडेड एक्सचेकर टू मेक इन्वेस्टमेंट इन हेल्थ एंड अदर वेलफेयर प्रोग्राम्स. इस तरह से सिचुएशन के बचने के लिए वी नीड a recurring authorities, right, where a buffer can be created, and if amount is required in the time, that should be given to the states. And the most obvious sources is funding of the GST, which accounts for 40% of the state owned revenues. अगर state पूरे revenues की बात करें states की, तो 40% जो है वो GST से ही आती है, right? So when you do not get sufficient fund from state government, definitely the state would be the poor performer. Simplifying the tax structure, ये जो दूसरी suggestions है, this is second one and this is the third one. So the second suggestion is called simplifying the rate of structures. So the GST की जो structure है that need to be simplified, rationalize करने की ज़रूरत है. और ये बातें 15th Finance Commission और Revenue Neutral Rate Report में भी बातें कही गई है, right? तो government definitely need to consider this, and to promise good and simple tax, a new structure should be there at low rate. Government call it good and simple tax, but it has only not to be told, it has to be actually practically implicated. Third is improving governance. यहाँ पे finally जो GST Council है उनको देखना होगा कि कहाँ पे क्या problems हैं, they need to sort out. And GST decision must be taken by the consensus. All the states must be taken into the trust, and accordingly a decision can be made, right? You cannot ignore the state stand, you cannot ignore the state viewpoint on any point. So to sustain this effort, a shared sense of participation and inclusive governance is needed. So participations of state government would be very important in overall collections of the GST. क्या way forward है? So the spirit and idea about translated to the GST Council is something which would be seen in the meeting, the 45th meeting, which is scheduled to be held in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. We'll see how this would give another roadmap to the states. And in sum, after 1.5 years of dispute, the economy is showing sign of recovery towards the GST finally seeing visible. और ये एक opportunity होगी that need to seize up, not just because of inherent importance of the GST, right? Although we know that GST is something which is very important, but we have to ensure कि इसके जो benefits हैं वो सारे states governments को मिल रहे हैं. And finally, to fly or fatten, the state of cooperative federalism has to be in a right spirit. It has to show that yes, there's a great coordination between the center and state government, and they are trying to promote a cooperative federalism in this country, right? So this is how the way forward can be concluded. Now moving to the MCQ questions of the day, and before I proceed with the question, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. So for the first question, the correct option is C. For the second question, the correct option is D. Now let's get started with today's question. Consider the following statement about National Science Day. NSD is celebrated every year to commemorate the discovery of Newton law. And the theme for NSD is Future Ready STI, Impacts on Education, Skill and Work. So if you know the correct answer, you can let me know the correct answer in the comment section down below. Second, with regards to NIRF framework, you have to consider two important statements. The NRIF ranking was recently released by the Government of India, and we had a lot more detailed discussion about this also. So you have to consider two important statements. The first is Niti Aayog established a national institution ranking framework in September 2015, and this framework outlined a methodology to rank institutions across the country. So you can use elimination method also to come to a correct options, or if you know the correct answer, you can write to directly answer in the comment section down below. So do participate, write your answer in the comment section. This was all about the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQs. If you have any other concern, you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much for